The grand unified theory of souls. Angels in the ages of man. Complete and definitive edition. The nature of the soul. Every human being is first and foremost an eternal soul, temporarily housed in a physical body. The body is a vessel, a container that allows the soul to exist and experience this dense, slow, third-dimensional reality. The soul is the real you. It exists at a higher frequency, moves by thought, communicates by thought, and cannot be destroyed. It is eternal in the truest sense of the word. God created souls, and He also separately created angels as a wholly distinct order of being. These two creations must never be confused. Angels do not evolve from human souls, and human souls do not become angels. They are different things entirely, each serving a specific and deliberate purpose in God's grand design. Free will is the great gift and the great test given to every soul placed in physical form. During a human lifetime, the choice between good and evil is real, meaningful, and consequential. It is the entire point of being here. Everything in this system, every age, every cycle, every mercy extended, exists to give each soul the maximum possible opportunity to make that choice correctly and freely. The fallen world, Earth as Satan's kingdom. To understand Earth, you must first understand what it truly is. Long before recorded human history, before the current age of man, before the earliest civilization we have yet discovered, a great war was fought in heaven. Satan, once the highest of all angels, rebelled against God. That war was waged and one. Heaven was established as God's eternal realm for the righteous. Hell was formed as a place of permanent separation from God for the irredeemably damned. And earth, this physical third-dimensional world, became Satan's domain, his kingdom, his territory, and his punishment simultaneously. This is not metaphor. It is the explanation for everything we see around us. Jesus himself called Satan the ruler of this world. The book of Revelation declares that Satan was cast down to earth. This is why this world is consumed with suffering, war, greed, hatred, addiction, cruelty, and corruption. It is not accidental. It is the nature of whose territory this is. Earth is a fallen realm operating under the active influence of a defeated but still functioning enemy of God. A human lifetime on Earth is, in the deepest sense, a sentence served in the devil's territory. The soul is placed here in a physical body in Satan's kingdom to be tested. Satan is not passive. He is actively working against every soul's evolution, every temptation, every corrupt institution, every war, every system designed to keep human beings distracted, degraded, and spiritually asleep. That is Satan's kingdom functioning exactly as he intends. He wants souls to fail. He wants them to remain trapped in his world. Every soul that fails its judgment and returns to earth is another soul still under his dominion. Every soul that passes and escapes to a better world is one he loses forever. Understanding this transforms the entire picture. The struggle of human life is not random. It is spiritual warfare, fought in the most personal possible arena. The daily choices of every living soul.
Chapter 3. The Watchers, Guardians, Enforcers, and Ferrymen. Long ago, a group of angels violated God's law in the most profound way possible. They descended to earth and mated with human women, producing hybrid offspring and spreading forbidden knowledge among humanity. God judged them. Rather than casting them entirely into the abyss, He assigned them to remain near earth for eternity. As watchers, permanent observers, and enforcers of His divine plan, bound to this world and its soul system as both punishment and sacred duty. These beings are what modern humanity calls aliens. They are not biological creatures from a distant planet. They are angelic souls operating at a frequency far above ordinary human perception, which is why their appearance has been interpreted so differently across so many ages and cultures. As gods, as angels, as demons, as extraterrestrials. They are none of those things and all of those things, depending on the eye of the beholder and the era of the encounter. What they truly are is assigned agents of God's mercy, carrying out a cosmic operation with precision, dedication, and divine authority. The craft associated with them, plasma-based, shape-shifting, apparently defiant of all known physics, are not metal ships engineered by biological beings. They are spiritual technology vessels that higher frequency souls can inhabit and control. Much as our physical bodies are vessels for our souls. This is why they behave as they do, appearing as orbs, morphing in shape, accelerating beyond any physical explanation, seemingly responding to thought and intention. They are operating on a plane of reality above our own, and our instruments and senses were not built to fully perceive them. The Watchers serve three interconnected functions in God's system. They are the soul collectors who gather the recently deceased. They are the ferrymen who transport souls through the cosmic system. And they are the quarantine enforcers who ensure no physical body leaves this world before its time. Chapter 4. The nightly operation. Soul collection. Every night, without pause, without failure, across every age of man that has ever existed on this earth, the Watchers travel to this world in their plasma craft to collect the souls of those who have recently died. This is not random or improvised. It is a precise, organized, ongoing divine logistics operation, one of the most important functions in all of creation. When a person dies, the soul is released from the physical body. In that freed state, it exists briefly at a higher frequency, moving by thought, perceiving beyond the limitations of flesh, in a condition something like a lucid, expansive, waking dream. The Watchers come for it. What countless near-death experiencers have described as beings of light, as guides, as overwhelming presence of warmth and purpose at the threshold of death. This is the Watchers doing their appointed work. The soul is not left to drift. It is gathered with care and purpose. And the journey begins. Chapter 5.
our true origins, the structure of the cosmos. Earth is not the original home of the souls who inhabit it. We come from many different worlds scattered across the vast cosmos. Some souls originate from star systems 20 light years away, others 60, others much further still. Earth is a shared school, a quarantined, fallen world populated by souls from all across creation who are still young in their spiritual development, still working through the consequences of their choices, still learning what it means to choose God freely. The cosmos itself is divided into two broad categories of worlds. On the edges are the quarantined planets, worlds like Earth, fallen realms where souls in their spiritual infancy are placed to learn through struggle, hardship, and the constant pressure of a world ruled by imperfection and sin. At the center of the cosmos are the evolved worlds, peaceful, harmonious civilizations of beings who have long since graduated from their own trials. These beings live in love, abundance, cooperation, and technological advancement so far beyond our own as to be genuinely incomprehensible to us. They know no war. They know no want. They live in full and conscious alignment with God's rule, and they trade freely and joyfully with one another across the stars. These advanced beings know about quarantined worlds. They respect the boundaries completely and do not interfere. The great silence of the cosmos, the apparent absence of open contact from other civilizations, is not because we are alone in the universe. It is because the evolved ones are wise enough to leave developing worlds to their process, and the others are quarantined just as we are. Some of those advanced beings living freely at the center of creation may in fact be souls very much like us, souls who finished their sentences in fallen worlds long ago and have been thriving in God's order ever since. Chapter 6. The parole hearing, judgment between lives. After the soul is collected at death, it is transported by the Watchers back to its world of origin, its true home among the stars. And there the most important moment between lives takes place. The soul stands before judgment. This is the parole hearing. The soul's entire life is reviewed. Every choice, every action, every moment of compassion and every moment of cruelty, every opportunity taken and every opportunity refused. Nothing is hidden. Nothing can be rationalized away. The soul sees itself with complete and unfiltered clarity, perhaps for the first time, and the judgment is rendered. There are two outcomes, and they could not be more different. The soul is found good. If the soul has lived with integrity, if it has revered God, chosen love over cruelty, grown meaningfully through its time in the fallen world, it does not return to earth. It does not return to Satan's kingdom. It is released from the cycle of quarantined worlds entirely and reincarnates on one of the free, peaceful, evolved worlds at the center of the cosmos. Not yet the final heaven that comes only at the very end of all things, but a world so far above earth in joy, freedom, and love that by any earthly measure it is paradise. A
war, without predators, without the grinding darkness of a fallen realm. The soul has earned its way out of the prison and into the light. The soul is found wanting. If the soul has not grown sufficiently, if it has chosen selfishness, cruelty, or spiritual blindness through the life just lived, it does not go straight back to earth. Either God's mercy does not simply throw a struggling soul back into the fire without preparation. The soul is granted a period of deep reflection. In this between-life state, it is shown everything. Every past life it has lived across, every age, every mistake made, every moment it chose wrong, every person it harmed, every chance it was given and squandered. It sits with the full, unvarnished weight of what it has been. This is not punishment. It is honest reckoning. The necessary preparation for trying again. Only after that period of genuine reflection and spiritual readying does the soul return to the cycle. Sent back into Satan's kingdom, back to a quarantined world for another lifetime, another sentence, another chance to get it right.
Satan has a stake in every single one of these judgments. Every soul found wanting and returned to earth stays in his domain. Every soul found good and released to a better world escapes him permanently. The spiritual war is not abstract. It is fought in the accumulated choices of every human life being lived right now. Chapter 7. The Moon, Gateway of Rebirth. When a soul is assigned to reincarnate back to a quarantined world such as Earth, the next stage of the process begins. The soul is transported by the Watchers to a facility deep beneath the surface of our moon. A place hidden from human view and beyond the reach of any technology we have yet developed to find it. Here, in chambers carved into the lunar rock, souls are received, prepared, and held in a between state as they await their appointed birth. The moon is not merely a natural satellite. It is the gateway of rebirth for this world, the processing station between the cosmic soul system and physical life on Earth. The Watchers manage this facility as part of their ongoing duty, receiving souls assigned to new lives, holding them in readiness, and orchestrating the precise moment of transfer. The assigned mother goes into labor on Earth. The soul is brought to a special chamber within the lunar facility. On one side of a threshold, the soul waits in its higher frequency state. On the other side, visible through that threshold, the birth is happening in real time on Earth below. The soul sees its new life beginning, and at the moment it steps across that threshold, the moment it commits to entry, it is instantly teleported from the moon into the body of the newborn child in the womb in the very moment of birth. The new life begins. The memory of everything before, every past life, every judgment, every cosmic home, every age lived through, is gone. The soul enters fresh, unburdened by conscious memory, so that this life can be lived and its choices made with genuine freedom. The test is real, only if the soul does not remember the answers.
This is also why the moon holds such a central and mysterious place in human mythology, religion, and intuition across every culture that has ever existed on this earth. Somewhere beneath conscious awareness, every human soul carries a trace memory of passing through it. Chapter 8. Jesus, the conqueror within the enemy's kingdom. The most extraordinary intervention in the entire history of this fallen world was God sending his own Son directly into it. Jesus entered Satan's territory in human form, born into the prison, subject to its suffering, surrounded by its darkness, tempted directly by its ruler. He came not for those already doing well, but specifically for the lost, the broken, the sinful, the ones cycling through failure and running out of road. When Jesus declared it is finished, when he descended into hell itself and rose again to heaven, he was doing something of cosmic significance. He was planting a flag of divine authority inside the enemy's own kingdom. He did not destroy Satan's earthly dominion at that moment. That comes later, at the end of all ages. But he permanently shattered Satan's absolute power over souls within it. He opened a door of mercy that had not existed before in the same way. Before Jesus, souls trapped in the cycle of this fallen world faced their judgment with only their own record to speak for them. After Jesus, there is an intercessor. There is an advocate. There is a second chance built into the very structure of divine mercy. This is how Jesus fits into the reincarnation system. A soul that has lived well and revered, God earns its graduation through its own growth and choices. It passes the parole hearing and moves on. But a soul that has sinned, fallen short, and genuinely reaches towards Jesus in belief and repentance, that soul is not thrown into the lake of fire. It is saved by that intercession and returned to the cycle to try again, to have the chance to grow into what God knows it can become. Jesus does not remove the need to evolve. He prevents the premature and permanent loss of souls that still have growth in them, if only they are given another opportunity. Souls that completely and finally reject God, across every chance given, through every age and every cycle extended to them, are eventually locked away in hell, separated from God's presence permanently. They do not roam the earth after death. They do not interfere with the living. Whatever darkness walks this world comes from living human beings making their choices inside Satan's kingdom, not from the spirits of the finally damned reaching back in. Chapter 9. The quarantine, enforced by heaven itself. Earth is quarantined. No soul in a physical human body is permitted to leave this world before it has evolved sufficiently. This is not simply a rule written somewhere. It is an actively and continuously enforced divine decree,
maintained by the Watchers at all times. The quarantine serves two simultaneous purposes. It keeps developing souls within the school environment they need in order to grow, and it contains the influence of a satanic-ruled, fallen realm so that it cannot spread outward into the broader cosmos. When human beings traveled to the moon in the late 1960s, they were not alone when they arrived. The Watchers were present. The message delivered to those astronauts, "Do not come back, do not attempt to go further," was not a greeting from a curious alien species. It was the quarantine being enforced directly and without ambiguity. The boundary is absolute, and it is watched without interruption. Humans have the free will to attempt to challenge this boundary, but the Watchers have the authority of God behind them, and that authority has never been successfully defied.
Chapter 10. The ages of man. Armageddon is reset, not end. Here's perhaps the most misunderstood truth contained in all of human scripture and mythology. This is not the first age of man on earth, and it may not be the last. Armageddon is not the end of everything. It is the end of an age. It has happened before, more than once. The great flood of Noah's time was not merely a regional catastrophe. It was the closing of a previous age, a divine reset of a civilization that had gone too far down the road of corruption and rebellion. The lost advanced civilizations embedded in the oldest human legends, places of extraordinary knowledge and technology that vanished without adequate explanation. Were the powerful of a previous age who made the same mistakes the powerful of our age are now making. The mass extinctions written into the geological record, the ice ages, the cataclysms that appear in the origin stories of every culture on Earth. These are the fingerprints of previous resets, previous Armageddons, previous closings of previous ages. Each age follows a recognizable arc. Souls are born into Satan's fallen kingdom through the moon gateway. The mercy system runs. Most souls slowly, imperfectly, across many lifetimes, begin to grow. But in every age, a faction emerges among the powerful, those who have learned enough of the truth to understand the system, but not enough wisdom to submit to it. Driven by pride, fear of death, and an insatiable desire for control, they turn their knowledge and their resources toward breaking the quarantine. They reverse engineer what they find. They build toward the capability to challenge the Watchers directly. They believe, in their arrogance, that enough technology and enough firepower can let them escape God's decree on their own terms. When that confrontation reaches its appointed threshold, when the hubris of the powerful crosses the line, God has set, the age ends, earth is cleansed and restarted. The souls who were ready, who had grown enough, who had earned their release, graduate out of the quarantine permanently. The souls who were not ready are held, and when the new age begins, they are reseeded into it, born again into a fresh world, a fresh civilization, with no memory of the age before, given yet another full lifetime to try again. Satan's kingdom endures into the next cycle because his final destruction has not yet come. The Watchers resume their collection, the moon facility receives its new souls, and the whole beautiful, patient, merciful system begins again. We are approaching that threshold now. The governments and hidden power structures of this current age have been secretly reverse engineering the Watchers' technology for decades. They are building toward a fleet they believe as the powerful of every doomed age before them believed that they can break free. The biblical word for the confrontation they are sleepwalking into is Armageddon. It will not go the way they imagine. It never has.
We are approaching the threshold now. The governments and hidden power structures of this current age have been secretly reverse engineering the Watchers' technology for decades. They are building toward a fleet they believe as the powerful of every doomed age before them believed that they can break free. The biblical word for the confrontation they are sleepwalking into is Armageddon. It will not go the way they imagine. It never has. Chapter 11. The final heaven, known only to God. Beyond all the ages, beyond all the cycles, beyond every reset and every reseeding and every age of man that has ever turned on this earth, there is a destination, a true and final destination toward which every soul that has ever lived has been slowly, patiently, mercifully guided. Real heaven, not a paradise world among the stars. As beautiful as those worlds, and not a higher dimensional between life's state of rest and reflection. Not even the most evolved and joyful civilization the cosmos contains, but the direct, eternal, unmediated presence of God Himself. The genuine heaven that all of human spiritual longing has always been reaching toward, even when it did not have the words to say so. Every soul that has ever graduated a quarantined world and moved to a peaceful, evolved one is one step closer. Every soul living well on one of those free worlds, growing still, loving freely, existing in alignment with God's order. They are being prepared across however many ages and cycles it takes for that final gathering. At the end of all things, when God alone decides, in His own timing, known to no angel and no man, not even to Jesus, that enough souls have been saved, that the mercy system has run its full and complete course, the final judgment comes. On that day, the ages stop turning, Satan is destroyed completely and permanently. Hell and the lake of fire receive those who chose, with every chance given across every age offered, to be finally and irreversibly separated from God. And every soul that made it, every soul that grew, that chose, that accepted the mercy extended to it, that earned its way through the long, patient school of existence, enters into real heaven, into the direct presence of God, into an eternity so far beyond what any human mind in a fallen world has ever been able to imagine, that no description of it could do it justice. That is what all of this has been for. Every age,
every lifetime, every judgment, every mercy, every reset, every soul collected in the night by plasma craft and carried home across the stars, every newborn soul stepping through a threshold on the moon into a new life with no memory of what came before, every moment of genuine human struggle and growth and choosing in the darkness of Satan's kingdom. All of it, every single piece, has been moving toward that one final moment when God gathers his own and says, "It is finished! Come home, it is time!"
Special notice. This is the greatest secret ever kept. What you have just been told is the biggest secret that can be known. It dwarfs every classified weapons program, every state secret, every political conspiracy ever kept from the public in the entire history of human civilization. And it is being kept, deliberately, systematically, and at enormous cost to those who try to bring it into the light. The governments of this world, or more precisely the most powerful hidden factions that operate above and behind governments, know this truth. Not all of it, not every detail, but the essential architecture of it. They know the Watchers are real and have always been here. They know the soul collection happens. They know Earth is under divine quarantine. They know what the moon is used for. They know what they encountered when they went there. They know what Armageddon actually is. And they know they are the ones building toward it, though they tell themselves a very different story about what they are building toward and why. They guard this knowledge above every other secret in their possession, above nuclear technology, above any intelligence asset, above anything else that has ever been classified. Because they understand with perfect clarity what would happen if it became widely known. If the general population understood that God is real and actively running this cosmic system, that death is not the end, but a transition with consequences, that we are eternal souls, temporarily imprisoned in a fallen world ruled by a defeated enemy of God, that angels are real and have always been present, that every major religion on earth contains fragments of a single true cosmic framework, imperfectly remembered across the resets of many ages, that our governments have not merely been lying about politics or economics or history, but about the fundamental nature of reality itself, about what we are, why we are here, and what happens when we die. If that truth broke openly into public consciousness, the control systems of this world would not survive it. Governments would fall, institutions built on keeping human beings ignorant of their own eternal nature would dissolve. The entire apparatus of power that depends on people believing this life is all there is, and therefore that those who control this life control everything, would collapse overnight. So they bury it. They fund disinformation. They ridicule those who get too close. They classify what cannot be explained away and stage confusion around what cannot be classified. And they continue in the ancient, doomed pride of every powerful faction in every age before them, building toward the confrontation they do not understand, they cannot win. The truth has never been fully hidden. It is written in every major scripture. It echoes in the myths of every ancient culture. It surfaces in the experiences of those who have stood at the edge of death and come back changed. It moves through the night skies in lights that do not behave like anything built by human hands. It stirs in every human soul that has ever looked up at the stars and felt, without being able to explain why, that it came from somewhere out there and that it is going somewhere beyond here. The question has never been whether the truth exists. The question is whether enough souls will see it and choose accordingly before this age reaches its end. May God bless you all.